Welcome to part two of Avengers Endgame game log. Part one is down in the description, so check that out. But we went through a bunch of categories of and gave out awards in the movie. So moving on, we have number 9, and this is new. This is a new category for this particular movie, but it's the moment I wanted to see the most. For me, I wanted to see a nerd out moment with Shuri, Tony, and Bruce Banner. I just wanted them to talk shop, at any point in the movie. Because for a long time, we wasn't sure Shuri was dead, but, she was. But I just wanted to see, like, the conversation that Tony and Bruce have in the first Avengers, where they just nerding out on the Hellcarrier, and people are looking at them like what language are they speaking? I love moments like that. And even when Shuri was talking to Bruce in Infinity War for that brief moment, and he was like, whoa, like, she's really smart. I wanted that moment. And a side note, I'm pretty sure Tony met her before, because his new Iron Man tech is very similar to T'Challa's Black Panther tech. And I know Tony's really smart, but I have a feeling after Civil War, he went over there to Wakanda and they communicated on some level. I don't know. I have a feeling. Next award, the offensive person of the movie. This goes to the person who was just a badass. And Thanos gets this award. And he gets this award because, yes, his older self got killed, but this movie, you see the younger Thanos, the one from 2014. So he's hungrier. He likes to fight. He doesn't have any of the stones. In Infinity War, he beat up the Hulk. And then once he got the second stone, he just took off his armor because he knew that with 2 stones, he was really unbeatable. And he didn't really want to fight a lot of people. He went, took the reality stone. He could have killed the Guardians. He didn't. All those things I said before. And in this movie, we really got to see him fight with the armor. The first time we see him in 2014, he's coming from a battle, cleaning his blade. It's all bloody. He's bloody. And he beats up Cap, Iron Man, and Thor at the same time. Like, he put in work. He broke Cap's shield. He was putting in work, because his younger self was still good. And a lot of people were wondering how come he was still good, even without the stones. Because he can fight. Duh. And he's younger in this movie, technically. The 2014 version, is younger and stronger and swift, and he's very smart. He's a fighter. So he was the offensive person of this movie, although at the end of the day, he loses, and he was the MVP of Infinity War. Now he's just offensive player of the year, kind of like James Harden. Moving on, the moment I love that people didn't seem to love, again, this is a new category, and it's the women of Marvel coming together. When Captain Marvel gets the glove from Peter and he's like, how you going to make it through? And then all the women show up and they like, she has some help. I thought that was cool. I cheered very loud, in the theater every time I saw the movie when that came up, because it's a cool moment. And the MCU has some cool women in the movies. Like, they're really cool. I don't want to say they're overshadowed by the men, but Captain Marvel's cool. Black Widow, R.I.P., but she was cool. Okoye is cool. Everybody love Okoye. People love Shuri. They like Pepper, especially in her armor. Valkyrie, they love Valkyrie. Like, the women are cool, and it was cool seeing them come together. And they did this in Infinity War. People didn't have a problem with it in Infinity War when Black Widow and Okoye was fighting, the members of the Black Order in Wakanda, and then Scarlet Witch came down and killed her. And then Okoye was like, why was she in the tower? Like, they did that in Infinity War. Nobody had a problem with it. So when they did it in Endgame, I don't see why people had a big issue with it. It was very cool seeing them all just, band together and kick butt. My favorite moment, there are a lot of great moments in this movie, and it took me a while to pick this one because I wanted to do something different. I know a lot of people are going to pick the same favorite moments. So for me, my favorite moment was Tony meeting his dad. And I picked that moment because this movie it's not all about the action. It's about the connections with people. And from the first Iron Man, it was a shaky relationship with his dad, just inheriting the business and all that stuff. Him not thinking his dad loved him. And then, like, slowly but surely, they chipped away at the notion that his dad really loved him. You had the moment in Iron Man 2 where he's trying to figure out, information, and his father leaves that message for him saying, "You're my greatest creation." So like that slowly showed that Tony was a little bit wrong about his dad. Then you have in Civil War when he does the barf technology, and you see their last meeting together, and it's not like great, like they're hugging each other and everything, and then you see how his family really died and stuff like that. So him meeting his dad and having that conversation where it's the day he's going to be born and he's a father, and they just going back and forth, it was very touching. And just seeing Tony hug him, it was a cool moment. It was a great moment. It was an emotional moment that I really enjoyed. That it was needed, and something like in a movie like this, all like from the beginning of Iron Man to Endgame, just seeing Tony finally meeting his dad and having that conversation with his dad. Best moment, which is different. The best moment of the movie to me was Cap finally saying "Avengers Assemble," and I know we were waiting for him to say it. Never said it in the first Avengers. He just barked out orders. And Age of Ultron, the movie ended with him saying "Avengers," and then it cuts off. And this movie, he got to say it, and it was so many people just on screen, all these heroes. Howard the Duck was there. I didn't even see that. I got to go watch the movie again to see Howard the Duck. But just everybody just knowing, like, yeah, we are Avengers, like all of us. And then the hammer comes back and he catches it, and he just like assemble, and like that was sick. It was a great moment. My favorite moment in the battle is another category. I would have to say when Iron Man hugs Spider-Man. There was a lot of cool stuff going on in the battle. Black Panther recognizing Hawkeye, calling him Clint, after Infinity War when he didn't care who he was. Iron Man doing the instant kill. Again, the thing with the women joining together. Captain Marvel fighting Thanos. There's a lot of great moments in the battle, but for me, my favorite moment was just Iron Man hugging Spider-Man. Considering in the Spider-Man movie when they were in the car and Peter thought Tony was hugging him, he was like, "No, I'm just opening the door." And just the moment they had on Titan when Peter was dusting, and just Iron Man's happiness to see him. It's not his kid, but to see that everything they went through in this movie to bring these people back, to see him come back, it was just real emotional. Like, oh wow, like he's really back, and he hugged him, and Peter was like, "This feels nice," and it was nice to see that emotion from Iron Man. In this huge battle with everybody coming back, it was nice to see him just show that emotion that he really missed his kid, and even starting the time machine project, it really hit him when he seen the picture of Peter. So it was good seeing them connect again, and the emotion that Tony showed. And the last award, MVP, and it's definitely going to be co-MVPs in this movie for Cap and Iron Man. They did a lot. Cap, it was. I know Iron Man, came up with the, perfected the tech for time travel and everything like that. He made the ultimate sacrifice again, just like in the first Avengers movie where he sent the nuke up and he was willing to sacrifice himself for the team. He did it again with the snap and the iconic line, "I am Iron Man." And, just it was emotional watching him, die. And I cried like a baby 2 times that I saw the movie. It was just like, wow, like 08, and seeing him do all that. And for Cap, it was just him believing, believing Ant-Man, going to Tony, like, we can do this, we can really do this, we can save everyone, let's at least try. And the fact that when he put the stones back, he went to go have a life because he's never had a life. And Tony always told him, and he told Black Widow, we both need to get a life. And he had his moments where he wields the hammer and he goes toe to toe with Thanos, where he really didn't stand a chance. And he stood up to, when all the army came out, he stood up to them, and he was ready to go. He was ready to go out. Even before, Sam and them came, he was ready to go out. And it was cool just them both having a fitting end, as the, I guess, co-leaders of the Avengers. It was cool. And after seeing the way they went out in Civil War, fighting each other, it was cool seeing them both go out this way in this movie. Just having those touching moments. Uh when he gives him his shield back and everything like that, and even after the mansion is blown up, and he's like, if you lose this again, keeping it. So it was just good seeing them have those moments, and they're the MVPs for me in this movie. And those are all the awards that I have to give out. Hope you enjoyed it. Hope you enjoyed part one. This is part two, Avengers Endgame game log. Thank you for listening. Again, like, comment, and subscribe. Yes, I'm doing a little bit more video stuff. Shout out to my man EG for always encouraging me to do the video aspect of this. But thank you for listening. Deuces.